Crazy ass Cincinnati, man. It's a wild place, dude. A lot of fucked up shit has happened here, so we got to be careful. We got to be careful. We got to acknowledge, there's been a lot of senseless gun violence. Immigrants coming here just trying to make a living, entertain, and they just get, gunned down for no fucking reason. And, R.I.P. Harambe. I just feel like...
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Inside Jokes. We got a special episode today. Right now, I'm coming to you live from the Funny Bone Comedy Club in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm going to be hitting that stage right there in about 40 minutes. Now, usually on Inside Jokes, what we do is we take a joke that's very divisive, a joke that pisses off the crowd, a joke that gets boos, not laughs, and we try to find some funny in it. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to work on a local joke. Okay? Every time I hit a new market, every time I go into a new city, I try to write a bit about that city. I try to have a unique angle about something that probably every single comic that's come to that city has talked about. So we're gonna go through that process for you guys right now. Switching to these cams. Are both of them on? Okay, cool. I got my boy Mark Gagnon with me right now. That's Mark.
What's
okay?
up?
Some of you guys might recognize Mark from my Instagram or maybe the dropping in. Or maybe other shit, I don't know. Probably none of you know him. But he's a really funny guy, and he opens up for me on the road.
Yep.
And we do this every single weekend with Alex Media in the back. What's up, Al?
You're...
There you go. What I was saying as I was walking in, Mark, is that one of the tricky things about a local joke is that you're tapping into a topic that has been done by literally every single comic that's come into this market.
Right.
And they're all going to talk about probably the most popular things that have happened here or exist here. So right now we're in Cincinnati. Most of you know nothing about Cincinnati. We know nothing about Cincinnati. We learned a few things today. We went to the zoo.
Yep.
Obviously, it's an infamous zoo. Some of you guys know about Harambe. That was the gorilla. The kid jumped into the gorilla cage. They killed Harambe. We also did some...
Chili?
We did chili. They're really known out here for Cincinnati. Skyline chili, right? And we also did indoor skydiving, right? So those are going to be the three topics that we can kind of choose from. I had an idea about the Harambe.
Okay.
The Harambe thing is interesting because everybody's touched Harambe.
Right.
Right? It became a national story, but to them it's this local thing. But everybody's touched it, so it's like you got to have a unique angle on it. What I said last night in last night's show was first of all, it was a black kid that was in the gorilla cage, and a black mom was the, obviously a black mom,
Yeah,
a black dad.
So. What happened?
It could be an adopted kid, I guess.
Fair.
But,
No, adopted parents would be way more careful with their kids.
You're right.
100%. Adopted
Yeah.
kids don't get killed.
That's right.
Adopted kids will not get killed.
Yeah, just fucked. Just kidding. That's not this type of episode. All right. So the take was that so the black mom just lets her black kid jump into the gorilla cage, and my take on that was that's cultural appropriation because usually it's white parents that kill their kids, and here we have an instance of a black mom trying to kill her kid.
Right.
Right. And I forget what the fuck I said about it after that, but that was the angle that I went after it with. And I'm trying not to touch this other joke that I have.
Right.
So the spin was essentially what we were all shocked that it was a black mom and it was a black kid.
Yeah.
When we found out that there was a kid in the gorilla cage.
Right. It's like, I remember even people on YouTube were straight up roasting the mom. Do you remember this?
Go on.
Like, people on YouTube being mad racist. They were like, oh, like, as soon as the video broke, I remember people watching it being like, oh, of course it's a black mom.
I would be more shocked that...
Right?
I'd be shocked it was a black mom.
Black kids don't go away from their moms.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that.
Like, if I'm at Walmart, they're standing behind her leg.
They're way more fearful of their moms.
That's right.
Like white kids curse at their parents. Like I can see a white kid going, "Fuck you, mom! I'm going to hang out with the gorillas."
That's what I'm saying. The mom would be like, "Trevor, I'm going to count to 3."
Yeah.
And he was like, "All right, I'll jump in at 1." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's not worried at all.
Not at all.
Okay, but then you have this situation where the kid jumps in, ends up being black mom, black kid. But I think there's another angle to hit it if we're going to talk about Harambe.
Right.
Right? Like, what is the angle that nobody said about Harambe and then about they end up shooting the gorilla to save the kid.
Right.
Right? And the Uber driver today was like, I think they should have shot the kid. Now, he was a white guy, which proves my point, which is we love killing our kids. But what is the take that's not there yet with Harambe?
Well, I mean, there's what you tapped on today and dropping in.
Which is?
Which is, this is just more gun violence.
Senseless gun violence.
This is just senseless killing. You know what I mean?
Yo.
This is what happens.
So we set it up like we're not talking about Harambe at all.
Right.
You got a mosquito like around your face.
What the?
Come on. So, okay, so we set it up as if we're talking about senseless gun violence. We said to talk about like innocent people being killed and why we need to do something to, hold back the Second Amendment because people are too quick to use. People of authority are too quick to use their weapons.
Yeah.
And and they're using their weapons against. We can't say people, but they're using their weapons against being
an immigrant.
Right, that's what I'm trying. Yeah, we're using their weapons. Oftentimes, it's targeted as immigrants. People who came here with a dream, hardworking. I mean, literally didn't take any time off.
Never.
It's just in the sun all day.
In show business, really.
Entertaining, grinding.
Yeah.
Jumping around for your pleasure.
And how do we repay them?
And then we shoot them dead. We shoot them fucking dead. All I'm trying to say is, rest in peace, Harambe. I know that was a hard thing. That's one way of getting into it. I'm trying to think if we could attack it from another angle.
I think, a lot of people were mad. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. A lot of people were mad that they shot the gorilla.
Right.
But if you look at the video, the gorilla's like dragging the kid around in the water.
Yeah, like a boogie board. It was sick.
It had a skimboard on the kid.
It was
to throw
sick.
it down.
Yeah.
People were mad. They were like, how could they shoot it? But if the gorilla was a guy, if it was a 55-year-old guy,
dragging their kid,
they would have said, kill the guy. Everyone's like, euthanize the pedophiles, euthanize child abusers. But as soon as an animal does it, they're like, well, come on, well, listen to the animal. Hear him out a little bit.
But shouldn't you be able to... It's only wrong because he's like a horrible babysitter. Like, those... Like, Harambe was like, when they like...
The worst babysitter
when
ever.
they put those like cameras in the house and catch the babysitter like body slamming the kid. It's like...
Coming off the top of the crib with the people's elbow. You RKO the kid to bed.
So like, you catch him right and they're like, those babysitters need to be killed.
That's what everyone says.
Right.
Everyone's like, how could they do it?
So maybe that's it. Harambe was just a horrible babysitter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was, okay.
So maybe Harambe deserved it.
Maybe that's why black people are like, that's why we don't hire babysitters. Just leave it with the grandma because this is what happens. You just leave your kid with your grandma. When you hire a babysitter, this is what happens. They drag the fucking kid all over the place.
Seriously. That's what
Okay, so Harambe was a shitty babysitter. If any shitty babysitter dragged a kid around,
they would say we should shoot him.
We should obviously shoot him.
Or we should put him in prison, maybe a zoo.
Well, that's why you got to kill him. He's already in prison. What else are you going to do?
You got the death penalty.
No, you got life.
Yeah,
you got life in prison. You already have life. The only other thing we can do to punish you now is death penalty.
And they don't have an electric chair big enough.
So fuck Harambe.
That's what I'm saying.
There's this whole story. Also, what's the electric chair really going to do? He's just going to beat his chest. It's just going to come out and even more intense.
That's how you get a mutant, bro.
Yeah.
That's how you get a mutant Harambe.
Okay, that's a good take. So the idea is he's just a horrible babysitter.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like I don't get why we give animals more credibility than a human person, or like we give them more like leeway with crimes.
Right. Well, it's because they're like retards. Like if like a retard does something, like a retard like pushes a kid and then the kid falls, they're like
shoot him. Is that what you were getting at? I thought that's what you were going to say.
Doing security at the Cincinnati Zoo. That's all I'm trying to say.
I thought that's what you were getting at. So that's why I went there one step ahead of you.
What's crazy is they didn't try anything else before. Like they just jumped to shooting. They didn't throw some bananas. Like wouldn't have you done? Or what do they call? What do they do for Donkey Kong?
Send barrels down there.
Yeah. What if they just started?
Rolled a couple barrels.
That's it.
Yeah. Maybe like a trail of bananas.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Barrels.
Or a banana peel. Just have them slip.
Well, they don't slip on those.
Are you sure?
Monkeys?
Okay, fair.
Come on, dude. If there's anybody that knows what to do around a banana peel, it's a monkey, right?
That's true. Okay, that's true.
So maybe there's something in there. Like, why was that the first recourse? There are other ways to distract a gorilla.
I think they were excited.
Get a blonde chick. Like, why wasn't there a blonde chick out there doing her best?
Yeah, if you had one wet t-shirt contest, they're already in water.
That's
You know what I
it.
mean? Just take the water in a pitcher and pour it down.
Okay. Maybe he was dragging the kid out of the water. Maybe the monkey was looking at the kid like, this is a retarded monkey. Because when you think about it, right? Or the gorilla. A baby human and a baby gorilla, not that difference intellectually, but that baby gorilla or that baby human, very weak,
Yeah.
physically pathetic.
Yes.
Okay?
And it's in water. And also, might have to edit this, it's also a black kid.
Okay.
And the gorilla's like, look, they're not good in water, so...
They can't swim. Oh shit! Harambe ran to save him. He knew. Harambe's actually a hero.
It is what it is.
And
Harambe might be a
listen,
hero.
if you saw a kid drowning in the water, you're not going to delicately bring him out.
No.
You're going to violently grab
What does a
him.
lifeguard do? What does a lifeguard do?
Put you in a chokehold.
Yes. They grab you
put
by the
in a
hair.
Fucking chokehold.
They grab you by the hair and drag you out.
Holy Harambe.
Yeah. Yeah, he would. I think Harambe's
I just want to point out to everybody's watching right. You see what pieces of shit comedians are? We flip-flopped on Harambe like 7 times within the last 3 minutes because we're loyal to the joke.
Yeah.
It means nothing.
No.
Harambe's death means nothing at all.
We're committing haram.
We are, yeah,
Bay right now.
definitely. A Harambe, is that like a really bad Muslim?
That's a hot Muslim shit, yeah.
But it's like a bad one. It's like eating bacon like without a hijab.
yeah.
That should be like, we should start an Instagram account for Harambes, and it's just most smoking hot Muslim chicks like committing haram.
They're already committing haram by being hot.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa,
we're gonna chop a lot
Ramadan
of this up.
just ended, bro.
We're gonna chop a lot of this up.
Nothing.
No, we are.
We're not going to chop it off.
I'm gonna edit this one. I'm gonna edit this one.
Okay, so back to it, before we leave. We don't even know how we feel about Harambe. He's
He's a lifeguard.
a piece of shit, right? He's just a shitty babysitter.
Right.
And if you saw somebody dragging around your kid, and I think we get into it, like, you ever see videos of those, like, babysitters, and they fucking dragging around the kid, beating them up, etc.?
Yeah.
You're like, what do you want to do to them? You want to shoot them. You
Yeah.
want to kill those motherfuckers. You're a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
And then we go, that's why I don't feel bad for Harambe. He's just dragging that kid around like a boogie board. You're like, what would you do if someone was dragging your kid around like a boogie board?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Or the take is Harambe's a hero,
Right.
right? Black kid falls in water, you know? Listen, he's a gorilla. He's not progressive. He's not open-minded. He hasn't lived. You know what I mean? He's got the same old stereotypes.
Yes. He's like a 56-year-old gorilla. He grew up in the south of Africa. Like, he doesn't know. Like, he doesn't know. The gorilla doesn't know.
Okay, so he doesn't know. He's out there trying to save his life.
Yeah.
Just like a lifeguard does. Does a lifeguard take you out delicately? No. Throws you in a fucking leg lock or whatever it is. Yanks your ass out of the water.
Yeah. Starts punching on your chest.
He's banging your chest
Yeah.
to get that water out, save your life.
That's what it is.
And you shot him
That's what it is.
because he's racist. I guess we just killed a racist.
Wait, because who?
We did just take out a racist.
Right.
Harambe
right.
wasn't built for this world.
Right. Because the kid was doing fine in the water.
The
But
kid was doing
Harambe
fine.
was racist. It was like, oh, because he's black, he can't swim.
He can't swim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So again, now he's an evil person.
So now we got 2 evil takes.
So maybe it's like this. Okay, now we've agreed Harambe's evil.
Great. Yeah.
And that's the better take anyway, because everybody's like, free Harambe, and we
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Harambe,
It's more
etc.
fun to say he's
So
evil.
Harambe is evil. Why is he evil? Evil. Bad babysitter. I think it's, what was it, bad babysitter?
Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying he was probably saving the kid. It was a black kid, fell in water, maybe he couldn't swim, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, sure. But even if he was that, what a racist piece of shit this gorilla is to think these stereotypes of black people are true. And then I can even go into the audience. There'll be some black people in the audience and be like, can you guys swim? And it'd be great if they're like, I mean, not really. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have killed him. You know, there are ways to kind of bring
But
him
either
in.
way it goes, you can play it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a take. It's boring to look at the gorillas because they just sit and they just keep their backs to you, right?
Right.
So if there's one thing that we could take away from the Harambe, fiasco, it's if you throw a kid in there, shit gets interesting. right? So maybe we should not throw real kids.
Yeah, stop tapping the glass.
Yeah.
You grab a baby doll and fling him in there. Come on. Get your discus arm and launch a little cabbage patch into the water.
So that's how you make zoos interesting. It's just human sacrifice.
Yeah.
Crazy ass Cincinnati, man. It's a wild place, dude. A lot of fucked up shit has happened here, so we got to be careful. We got to be careful. We got to acknowledge, there's been a lot of senseless gun violence. Immigrants coming here just trying to make a living, entertain, and they just get, gunned down for no fucking reason. And, R.I.P. Harambe. I just feel like... He traveled here for the American dream, you know what I mean? Make it in entertainment, and then just gets murdered for no fucking reason, I want to meet that kid. Is he still around? Can we meet the kid? Honestly, fuck Harambe. Let's talk about that for a second, because let's be honest, right? I've been thinking about this. We went to the zoo today. We paid our respects. We put a bushel of bananas out in front of the statue. We did, we peeled one out for him. You gotta peel one out for the homies, you know what I'm saying? Break off the top, drop it there. But let's be honest, right? You ever see any of those videos of the people babysitting, someone else's kid, and they're fucking dragging them all around, beating the shit out of them? You look at that video, if I see this guy, I'm gonna fucking shoot it. That's Harambe. All I'm saying is, Harambe's a piece of shit babysitter, okay? Learn how to deal with kids. You're an abusive motherfucker, Harambe, so you get shot for it. That's how it works. I'm sorry. And he's a fucking racist, Harambe. He's a racist, dude. The poor black kid fell into the pool of water, and the gorillas look at the black kid like, they can't swim, I gotta get them out of here. It's fucking racist. So we got rid of one. We got rid of an evil racist, you know what I mean? I get it, he's from the south of Africa, but it's like, he should know better. He should know fucking better, dude.